All right, this is exciting. I just got home from work, so I'm really tired, but I got the last component that I ordered for my project for my Uber light, which was the white LEDs. Just came in the mail today. I got the USB-B breakout board and the resistors, 10 ohm, 22 ohm, 47 ohm, 100 ohm. So a variety pack of resistors to go with the LEDs. I got the jeweler screwdrivers with the star pattern for the screw on the inside that I needed to undo for the breakout board. So I kind of put it back together to show you how it was. So here it is. There's the USB port there. So you see that's already plugged in. I'll plug it in to the USB on my laptop. And then it comes on and it displays the different colors. And so the problem with this is that especially here in Hawaii, we are not allowed to have a red or blue light on the front of our car. That's reserved for emergency vehicles only. And a guy already got a ticket for having a blue light on the front of his car. So Hawaii Uber will not issue us these beacons, Uber beacons. But I ordered this one myself off of eBay with the idea that I would find a way to make it shine white only. And that's why I've ordered the white LEDs. So I found a way to break this thing open. It wasn't easy at first, but I found a little notch right in here where I pried it open, and then I had to go along the edges and just pry and with the screwdriver, and I finally popped it open. So that came off, and then underneath is this. And let me reset this so you can see what's going on here with the lights. So here, plug the USB back in. So there's the LEDs. So you got a red and a blue together, a red and a blue and a green and an orange, a green and an orange, a green and an orange, a green, red and a red. So it makes kind of a rainbow of colors. And I guess the way it works, if the Uber rider says I'm holding up a or I'm looking for a car with a red light, yellow light, green light, they choose the color, and then I guess it would probably through the Bluetooth it would display that one color. But we can't have the red and blue colors, and so this is just a piece of plastic that I think just kind of disperses the light outward. Yeah, see, without that it doesn't spread the light out. See how it spreads the light out? It's like one of those disco panels. So you take that off, you reset it, and then the LEDs just kind of shine there, and you don't get that dispersion of the light. So I'll show you what's under here. So there is the circuit board with the LED lights on it. And so I'm going to unplug that. It'll still go for a while off of the battery charge. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the USB here too. Okay, so I'm going to undo the circuit board. I kind of want to wait for it to stop flashing before I start unplugging it though. Settle down. See if I can remember where. So there's this post in the middle here that's on this spacer that I'm going to take out. So I'll just pry this up. There we go. So it's just in this corner here, there's a 6-prong that this plugs into, and so that's the circuit board with the LEDs. We don't need that. Boom, you're gone. All right, and then this thing here is just a spacer that also has that post on it. We're not going to need that. See if I can get that back out of there. Let's try here. There we go. So we don't need that. Get rid of that. So now inside we have a battery, which is 3.7 volt, and then the USB-B board there, so that plugs in there, and then there's the 6 pins that goes to the circuit board, and then I'm sure that the circuit board, you know, works with the Bluetooth in order to select the colors and stuff like that. But my idea is that I'm just going to take these white LEDs and put them in there, and possibly use the USB-B breakout board in replace of that. So I'll put the USB in there. Let's see, do I have one that's already open? Yeah, here it is. So so this one will go in place of this one, and then I'll be able to put my LEDs on there. It's labeled on here what they are. You've got the ground and 5 volt on the other side, and the other ones are, I guess, just signals. So I'm really only going to need the ground and the 5 volt. So I'll use the white LEDs and the resistors and see what I can do, and then hopefully we'll just have these white LEDs down in the cavity along with the plastic board that will disperse the color, the white light, not color this time, and then put this back on and plug it in with the USB, and hopefully I can get this thing to shine only white light. Alright, so this is the LED just across the battery. I had to figure out which was the voltage and the ground, so I just stuck the LED in there. So that's with no resistor, so that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, so here it is with resistors. I wasn't sure if I should put the resistor on the ground end of the LED or the positive, so I just used the 22 ohm on each end. Seems like it's a little bit dimmer. That seems brighter than those LEDs that were in there before, so I think I might be able to get away with just one LED. This is running off of just the battery, so now I would have no way to turn this off. So I kind of needed disconnect that battery. And then the LED would just go down into the cavity, and then hopefully without the battery there, it would come on when I plug in the USB cord, and turn off when I unplug the USB cord. Alright, so I got this LED in here temporarily, and let's see what it's gonna look like once I put this on. So what, I'm missing the circuit board, so I don't need the circuit board. Do I need that? Thinking I might not need that. Let's try it first though. And let's see how this is going to look in the dark. Okay, that's not very bright. I think we can do away with that paper. Ooh, no, I guess the paper was important. Huh. Okay, I guess the trick before was that the LEDs came up through the paper and sat almost flush. Alright, so that's going to need to be brighter. Either by less resistors or getting the light up higher. So the placement of the light. And maybe even another LED. I've got 100 of them. It's almost working. Alright, so here's the breakout board. Let's see if the voltages are as advertised. Let's see. So, ground is there. And yep, sure enough, 5 volts. Let's see what else we got. Nothing, 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 5 volts. Sweet. Alright, there was a couple little posts right here that I had to break off in order for the USB breakout board to lay flat in there. And while I was at it, I took out the battery with the circuit board and the USB. So, empty shell now. So here's the new USB breakout board installed. Not a perfect fit, but it works. I've laid an LED across there. So, moment of truth. Instead of 3.7 volts, this one is going to be 5 volts. So let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. It almost looks blue. Well, let's see what happens when we put the stuff on. There. And there. And let's try the light. Boy, that does look blue, doesn't it? I wonder if that has to do with the voltage. I mean, it is an LED. I got a fresh LED. But, that's still not bright enough, is it? Need to scatter a couple of those in there, I guess. What's that going to do to the voltage? I might not need the resistors then if I have multiple LEDs. Okay, better unplug that. I guess I need to get the LED up through that hole. Maybe. Or a couple of them. Oh, that's nice how it's resting in that hole. If I could get a couple of them to do that. Okay, I'm going to try 2 diodes. And no resistor. Wow, why do they look so blue now? I get a feeling it's the higher voltage because it was 3.7 before and now this is 5 volts. Nope, that's not gonna do. How can I make it brighter? I might have to go with something totally different. I've got the hollow shell now. I just need a light source. Or I need to get those lights up higher. Well, this was going to be my next idea. 10 ohm resistors and then the LEDs through this foam which would fit into there, but then I realized I need the lights to be more in the center. So I'm thinking instead of trying to solder all this together, it might just be better to try to find some other light source that would run off of 5 volts. So, thought of a different light source. These cheap flashlights that they sell at the ABC store. Takes 3 AAA batteries, so that's 1.5 volts times 3 is 4.5 volts, so that should run on 5 volts. And look how bright that is. Alright, so now I just got to figure out how to get this in there. Okay, it was too hard to show because I needed both of my hands to do what I was doing, but I did test to see that the light will work powered by the USB. I had to hook a bunch of resistors together and then use the jeweler to short it to the ground, and it worked. So now I just need to dig this circuit board out of there in order to get a more compact thing to put inside there. So I got it out. So I had to push it from the front to get this thing started out of there. but I got it. And then this was over that with the lens. And ironically, the LEDs look like they're the exact same LEDs that I was using before, but I guess it's probably the way they're configured. So, take that spring off and see what we can do with this. So I cut the spring off so that I didn't fracture the solder joint there. So that one's obviously the plus side. So what's the ground? Well, here's the problem. I'm getting tired, and the ground is going to be this, connecting all of that outer row. So I've got to figure out a way. Hey, it almost was this. Look at that. Hey, just stay like that. I was going to say I need to figure out a way to get all of those things connected, but there we go. How did that even happen? All right, well, try to mash all that together. Maybe that'll work. Or I'm thinking I might only need to hook up one for the ground because they're all on that outer ring. So hopefully if I connect one to ground, then all of the other ones will be connected as well. So I just need to put the positive there where the spring is soldered and a negative on the outer ring, and hopefully that'll work. Let me try it out. Okay, here it goes. Let me see, outer ring. There we go. Yeah, any one will work. So, outer ring there. Yes. Okay. Just got to do some soldering now. So I haven't done the soldering yet, but just to show where that's going to go. So that'll sit down in there. I'll have to find a way to mount it. Maybe I can do something like this. And so basically I have a soldering iron, but I don't know if I have solder. I'll have to go look for that, and if not, I'll have to go try to find a place to get some.